to my channel. So today I have an updated eyebrow tutorial. Since my last tutorial, I've completely changed all the products that I used and a little bit on the technique as well. So if you guys are interested in how I fill in my eyebrows now, just go ahead and keep watching. So the first thing that we're gonna do is take a spoolie and run that through our eyebrows. So now we're going to go ahead and draw 3 little marks to tell us where we're going to start our eyebrow, where we're going to have our arc to our eyebrow, and where it's going to end. So the way to calculate that, just go ahead and take the brush you're using or the eyebrow pencil you're using and line that up with this part of your nose. I don't know what to call that, but it's like not the edge of your nose, but just right here. Line that part up and then just go straight. And I have a little bit of product on my brush, so just go ahead and kind of do a little dash or a little line there to let you know where you're going to go ahead and start your eyebrow. And for the arc, we're going to go ahead and start at the edge of your nose. And if you look straight, so go ahead and take like a mirror or something and look straight ahead and line up your brush or your pencil at the edge, this time at the edge of your nose, and also with your pupil of your eye while you're looking straight ahead. So just go ahead and take a mirror. Look straight. So mine's gonna be about right there. So I'm just gonna, I don't know if you can see that, but just don't make it too dark because then you're gonna have to erase it, but just so you can see. So now for the tail of your brow, where you're gonna end your eyebrow, you're gonna go ahead and line that up with the edge of your nose again and the edge of your eye. So just diagonal line, and so there are our 3 lines, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do my other eyebrow and I'll be right back. So the product that I'm gonna be using to fill in my eyebrows is the Anastasia Dipbrow, and this product at first when I purchased it, I hated it because I felt like I didn't have control over how intense I wanted my eyebrow. I felt like every time that I used this product, I kind of had these really huge dramatic like caterpillars as eyebrows. So at first, I feel like this is gonna take some getting used to. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of connect the lines that I created, and I'm gonna start with the bottom half of my eyebrow and connect that first. Just take very little product, and I'm gonna be looking in my mirror down here. So just brush out your eyebrows again. And that's kind of the key also to drawing your eyebrows or filling in your eyebrows, is to keep brushing your eyebrows as you go, because that's going to help distribute the product. It's going to help you see where you need to be filling it in, because as you're brushing, you're moving your hair around and you're going to not lose the shape in a way. So just keep brushing with the spoolie. That's why I like this brush. This is the Anastasia 12 brush because it has a spoolie at the end, and I know that a bunch of eyebrow pencils already have that, so that's why I like that. So just keep brushing as you're going, and I'm just gonna kind of calculate where that line is and then lightly drawing a line. And then as I reach the line where the arc is gonna start, I kind of move it more upwards, if that makes sense, so it can kind of have like that little arc shape. So I'm just gonna move a little bit more up, and then as I pass that line, start going down. So I'm gonna again brush it with my spoolie and just drawing in the tail. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of do upward strokes, more natural hair, to draw more like natural hairs. But right here, if you can really see, I like having no eyebrows. Like, I'm pretty much going over my eyebrow to make it look more thick. So in these areas, I'm just gonna draw kind of like what I did at the end of my eyebrow. Just drawing in because I really want to intensify the color there. So you're not going to add the same amount of product everywhere. Don't just think it's going to be like dark, medium, light, because especially for me, as you can see, like I have very little eyebrow there. So I'm going to add obviously more color there than I would down here where I have a lot of eyebrows. You really, really want to focus on where you don't have eyebrows. Don't just like draw them in really quickly. So right now I'm just going to add the most product up here and then just taking whatever's left down here and just doing little strokes here. So see, like they're almost the same color, but I'm just going to fill in a little bit more here so they can be the same color. Okay, there we go. So now that I'm getting more close to the beginning of my eyebrow, I'm going to be really careful with how much product I use because sometimes I forget to clean off my brush and I just go in and start filling in the front of my eyebrow and I mess up and it's really hard to take off the pomade from your eyebrows. So be really, really careful. And at this part of my eyebrow, I do like small hair-like strokes on my eyebrow because I don't want to just draw it in to make it look unnatural. And keep brushing. So I really have kind of like a huge bald spot up here. So up there I am going to take a little bit extra product than I would in the front of my eyebrow just because it's so empty up here. And then brush. So I like to have the front of my eyebrow kind of in a square shape. So because my eyebrows naturally aren't square, I kind of, when I lined up my eyebrows, I kind of made a straight line and then I like to take the brush and just work the product downwards to really kind of make that square shape, if that makes sense. So here we go. So I'm going to use this angled brush to clean up my eyebrows and the Hard Candy Glamouflage Concealer. So I'm going to take my angled brush and I'm going to take some of the concealer and I'm going to use like the straight edges of the brush to really draw out my eyebrow. So there's the bottom. I know I use a lot of product, but it's just my preference. You don't have to use as much as I'm using, but I am going to blend it out anyways, but whatever. So now that I have the line drawn out, I'm just going to take the brush and kind of diffuse the concealer upwards and downwards. So... So now the last step is to highlight our eyebrows. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this coconut cream, which is my favorite highlighting color. But I'm just going to use it more so to set the concealer because I'm going to use Butter Pecan to highlight my eyebrows. So I'm just going to take the coconut cream and just go all along my eyebrow. Maybe a little bit on the top too to set that concealer. And now I'm going to take the other side of the brush, which is a more flat type of brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of the Butter Pecan and focus this just at the arc of my brow and just highlight right under there. And we're done. So now I'm just going to go ahead and do the other eyebrow and I'll be right back. So those are both eyebrows completed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and were able to follow along. I know that I'm not the best at explaining things, but I hope that you guys took something from it and maybe learned something new. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you still have any questions about how to draw in your eyebrows, because I may not have answered all of your questions, please ask those in the description box, or if you have any questions on the products I used or recommendations for videos, please leave those as well, and I'll see you guys in my next video.